Hey, welcome. Sometimes the best way to really understand the big picture is to zoom way, way in on a single moment in time. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're taking a snapshot of our world on just one day to see what kind of stories pop up when we connect the dots. So let's kick things off in the crazy fast world of digital finance.
So what does the world look like on just one day? Well, it's a mix. It's a clash of digital ambition and very real physical challenges. It's about virtual escapes and real-world journeys. When you look at all the headlines and the data from just one 24-hour period, you start to see this really fascinating picture emerge.
And that day is today, September 18th, 2025. We're going to jump between the worlds of high finance, video games, and global travel. And then we're going to see how all these different threads, they actually weave together in a really surprising way in one specific corner of the globe.
All right, first up, we're diving into the high-stakes world of digital assets. This is a place where fortunes can be made or totally lost in the blink of an eye. And today, well, today is a particularly interesting day.
Okay, so the number everyone's watching today is the price of Bitcoin. It's hanging out around $116,000. Now, what's behind this? Well, a big piece of the puzzle is the U.S. Federal Reserve. They just cut interest rates, which basically makes riskier stuff like crypto look a whole lot more tempting for investors who are hunting for better returns.
And adding some serious fuel to that fire is something called a spot crypto ETF. So in simple terms, this is a way for regular folks to invest in Bitcoin right on the stock market, but without all the headache of actually buying and storing the coins themselves. It basically throws the doors wide open for a ton of new investors to jump in.
But here's what's really pouring gasoline on the fire. The rules are changing. The SEC, that's the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, they've streamlined the whole process. It used to take, around 240 days to get one of these things approved? Now, we're talking about 75 days. That is a huge difference, and it's making everything move so much faster.
So, you can imagine, this has analysts feeling pretty good. Even with all the uncertainty in the economy, there's this growing buzz about something they're calling Uptober. This idea that the market is setting up for another big run next month.
But here's the other side of the coin. See this number? $220 billion. That's the open interest in Bitcoin derivatives. So what is that? Well, think of it like this. It's the total value of every single bet on which way Bitcoin's price is going to go next. And right now, that pile of bets is just massive.
So why does that massive number matter? It means the market is basically performing a high-wire act. A lot of those bets are leveraged. That means people are playing with borrowed money. And if the price makes a sudden move in the wrong direction, boom, those positions can get wiped out instantly. We call it liquidated, and that could set off a crazy domino effect across the market.
Okay, so while all that high-stakes drama is happening in digital finance, millions of other people are logging into completely different digital worlds. And for gamers, September 18th is a pretty big day. Just today, 2 new games are dropping. The super intense Dying Light the Beast and the, much more chill indie game Easy Delivery Co. And this is just the tip of the iceberg because we've got huge titles like Hades 2 and Silent Hill F coming next week, plus a massive announcement for a release in 2026.
And this Dragon Quest VII announcement, it's actually a really big deal because it points to a huge trend. Look, this isn't just some lazy re-release. We're talking a full-on, ground-up rebuild with brand new visuals, voice acting, the works, and it's coming to every major platform. That's a massive investment, all aimed at bringing this classic series to a whole new generation.
All right, so from digital worlds, let's pivot to the real one. We're leaving our screens behind and heading to the airports, because on September 18th, the world of travel is really a tale of 2 different stories playing out at the same time.
First off, the demand is there, big time. Everybody wants to get out and travel. Global air travel is up about 4% compared to last year, and it's especially booming in places like Europe, Latin America, and the Asia Pacific. Yeah, that itch to explore, it's definitely back.
But, and this is a big but, the reality on the ground, especially over in Europe, is a total mess. We're seeing widespread strikes from pretty much everyone. Ground crews, air traffic controllers, you name it. They're striking over pay and conditions, and it's causing huge delays and cancellations. So you've got this massive wave of people wanting to travel, crashing right into a wall of chaos.
And hey, it's not just delays, it's getting more expensive too. Like if you're planning a trip to the US, get ready to open your wallet a bit wider.
The fee for their travel authorization, the ESTA, is about to almost double at the end of the month, jumping from $21 up to $40.
Okay, so now let's pull all these threads together. Let's zoom in on one country where this digital gold rush, this dream of escape, and all the tough real-world challenges are all colliding. Pakistan.
So on one hand, you've got Pakistan making this really aggressive push into the digital future. The government is actively rolling out the red carpet for global crypto firms, they're building out new regulations, and they're even thinking about crypto mining. They are absolutely leaning in, trying to get ahead of the curve.
But that digital ambition is happening right alongside some incredibly tough, on-the-ground realities. Several other countries have put out travel warnings because of security risks. And on top of that, huge parts of the country are dealing with the fallout from terrible monsoon rains and floods, which have been making huge areas just impassable and dangerous.
And you see this same tension playing out even in something like religious travel. For pilgrims going on the Umrah, they're dealing with stricter visa rules. But at the exact same time, you've got airlines offering all these new deals and combo packages. It's this weird mix, right? More rules, but also more deals.
So there you have it. That's our snapshot of just one day, September 18th, 2025. It's a world where digital markets are flying high while physical travel is stuck on the tarmac. A world of incredible virtual escapes and very real-world dangers. And it all kind of boils down to this one big question. Moving forward, is it the limitless promise of our digital lives, or is it the messy, complicated, and sometimes dangerous reality of our physical world that's going to win out and define our future?